Welcome to eBritish IELTS. So today we are going to discuss a very important part of grammar that is very useful in both your writing tasks, writing task 1 and 2 of the writing module of your IELTS exam. Now this video is for both the general training students and the academic students because the topic that we're going to discuss today is something that is very essential to writing anything. So the topic is using connectors, how to use connectors in your writing task and make a lasting impression on the examiner. So using connectors is very important. What are connectors basically? They are a set of linking words. They help link two separate clauses together. And why is it important to use connectors? Because it helps you explain your idea in a more organized, in a more structured way. Another thing that connectors do is that they help you avoid making a lot of short sentences. If your essay has a lot of short and scattered sentences, if you're using only about 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 words per sentence, it becomes very tedious and very boring to read whatever you've written. So connectors help you make a bit longer sentences, and that's how they make your cohesion and coherence of your write-up way better. And it's also very impressive if you use connectors in your write-up as it makes a long-lasting impression. Alright, so let us look at some connectors. So here we will discuss some words according to the usage in your writing tasks. So first we're going to start with listing. What is listing? So this set of words actually help you to list certain points of view or ideas in a better and organized way. You can use these words while starting a new body paragraph, or also you can use these words inside a body paragraph while you're making your points, while you're listing out your points in detail. So for that, you can use the word firstly, secondly, thirdly, and so on and so forth. And whenever you are listing out your last point, you can use the word lastly or finally. So you can either start your paragraph with firstly, then move on to the second body paragraph and start it with secondly, and then move on to your third body paragraph and end it with lastly or finally. So this is how you can use listing connectors. Now moving on to the second one, these are connectors that help you add information. They help you add more information to the points that you're making, to the content and ideas that you have, and discuss your viewpoint in a much better and a more detailed way. So how can you use what are the words that you can use here are in addition to, moreover, as well as, additionally, furthermore. So let's take an example here. So we can say something like, for example, if you're using this word in your writing task 2, you can say something like pollution as well as overpopulation are the pressing concerns today. In addition to population, pollution is also a pressing concern. So this is how you're adding more information. You were already talking about overpopulation, but in addition to that, you're also talking about pollution over here. So this is how you use this set of connectors. Moving on to the third one is for adding examples. Now remember, we do not add any examples in the writing task 1. But it is always recommended that you add at least 2 examples in your writing task 2 to make it much more impressive, and also to support your answers, support the reason that you're giving with the help of examples. So this is pretty straightforward. Whenever you are starting a new example, whenever you are starting to explain a new example, you can always start with a simple for example. You can say something like such as, to illustrate, for instance, or namely. Just make sure that you're not using examples in the writing task 1, as you can lose marks for that. The fourth word is results. Now, this set of connectors is usually used in your last body paragraph or also in your conclusion when you are talking about the consequences of something, when you're talking about the reasons for something, or when you're providing a solution to a given problem. So how can you use it? You can use phrases like as a result of, therefore, thus, consequently. Now let us look at an example here. As a result of malnutrition, life expectancy is going down. So here you can use the phrase as a result in this way. Similarly, you can also use it like, malnutrition is very prevalent in children these days, therefore the life expectancy is going down. So here we use the word therefore to connect two separate clauses which is talking about the same thing. The fifth and the last one is connectors of contrast. Now, where do we use these? We use these while presenting an opposite idea while discussing your answer. So, what are the set of words that you can use? However, nevertheless, even though, despite, still, or by contrast. Now let us look at an example here and try to explain it a little more, try to understand it a little more. So you can say something like, coronavirus is spreading rapidly, still people are reluctant to wear masks. You can also use the word despite here. Despite coronavirus spreading rapidly, people are reluctant to wear masks. You can also add this word here, that is even though, and you can start by something like, even though coronavirus is spreading rapidly, people are still not wearing masks. So this is how you are connecting two opposite ideas together by using the connectors of contrast. So I hope you keep these words in your mind while preparing for your IELTS exam and achieve a higher band score. Thank you.